So welcome to 7.3. We're going to solve something called a compound inequality. There's two types. We're going to do the AND type today. So let's remind ourselves how to solve a basic two-step inequality. If you have minus 6, we're going to add 6 to both sides. 2/3 x is greater than or equal to negative 4. We have a fraction coefficient, so we're going to multiply both sides by the reciprocal, 3/2. 2 cancels with the negative 4. X is greater than or equal to, and there's a negative 6 I'm getting. We're going to graph 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, negative 6. It's greater than or equal to negative 6, so we're going to fill in the circle and we're going to put the arrow this way. Okay. The other one, we're going to subtract 10 from both sides. Negative 2x is less than negative 6. Divide both sides by negative 2. That means we are flipping the symbol and x is greater than 3. Open circle on 3. Number is greater than 3 this way. A number, let's say x, is less than or equal to 8. Can a group of numbers be less than 5 and greater than negative 2? Yeah. Well, that would be these numbers in the middle there, right? Like 0 is less than 5, and it's also greater than negative 2. And what that's called is a compound inequality. And you'll see this little sort of dumbbell shape in the answers today. So they can be connected by the word and or the word or. Today we'll do and. We want the numbers that make both inequalities true. So we want the numbers that are greater than negative 2 and also less than 5. So let's graph that. So we need a negative 2 and we need numbers greater than negative 2. So open circle on negative 2. And we need numbers that are less than 5. And so we need these numbers in between, right? It has to make both. The numbers over here are less than 5, but they're not greater than negative 2. And the numbers over here are greater than negative 2, but not less than 5. So the solution is the numbers in between negative 2 and 5. All right, so x is greater than or equal to negative 2 and x is less than or equal to 7 would look very similar, except we'd fill in the circles here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we want the numbers in between negative 2 and positive 7. All right, so x is greater than negative 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Negative 9. We need numbers greater than that and less than or equal to negative 4. So you can have one of each. I should have made these more evenly spaced. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not the greatest. 1, 2, 3, 4. Negative 4 is right there. We're going to put a closed circle on negative 4. And so it's the numbers in between negative 9 and negative 4, including negative 4, because we have the or equal to. So you can have no solution to these. Let's look. Let's see an example of one that has no x. So we want numbers greater than 2. So greater than 2 this way. And also, and at the same time, less than negative 4. Well, no, that's not an answer because there's no numbers that are both. A number could be or here, but not and. So you would not graph this. You would say no solution. All right, so this word in here matters. And we'll talk more about that in the or lesson. But you have to read that. There is no number that's both greater than 2 and less than negative 4. So this is a combination. This is x is negative 3 is less than or equal to x. That's the same as x is greater than or equal to negative 3 and x is less than or equal to 5. So notice this part stays exactly the same, but you flip over this. Okay. But you don't really need to do that. This is nice, right? It really shows that x is in between negative 3, and we have an or equal to, so we'll fill in the circle, and positive 5. We'll fill in that circle, and we need to fill in the part in between. Okay, so that is another way to write an and inequality. The word and is implied there. Okay, those are the x is both less than or equal to 5 and greater than or equal to negative 3. So now x is between positive 2, open circle on 2 because no are equal to, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and close circle on 8, and we need the ones in between. Right, a number is great, so it says write a single inequality. A number is greater than negative 2, all right, greater than, but not equal to, negative 2, and is less than or equal to 12, right? Now, you could write it like this with the word and, except I didn't ask for that. I asked for a single inequality, so that means I want that one up there. A number is greater than or equal to negative 9 and is less than negative 2. There's the single inequality. So we're going to solve the compound inequality now. And it turns out you do the exact same stuff we always do, except we do it to all 3 sides here. So we have a minus 4. So what are we going to do? We're going to add 4 to all 3 of the sides, because we're trying to get x by itself here in the middle. So we have negative 2 plus 4 is 2. We keep that symbol exactly the same. We still have 2x. Negative 4 plus 4 is 0. And 6 plus 4 is 10. Now we're trying to get rid of this 2 multiplying x, so we divide all 3 sides by 2. And we get 1 is less than or equal to x. Those cross out, is less than 5. All right, let's try it again. So we have a plus 4, so we subtract 4 from all 3 sides. Negative 5 minus 4 is negative 9, less than 3x, less than or equal to 3. Divide all 3 sides by that 3 right there, so we can cross that out. We get negative 3 is less than x, which is less than or equal to 1. A car has been driving at an average speed of 50 miles per hour, so there's our rate. Write and solve a compound inequality to determine how long in hours it will take to travel between 300 and 400 miles inclusive. Okay, so let's see. We want to go between 300 and 400 miles. Inclusive is this or equal to, including 300 and 400, right? And 50 is our coefficient of h. That's what we're saying. How long will it take? If we're going 50 miles an hour, how many hours can we drive between, if we want to go between 300 and 400 miles? Well, divide all 3 sides by 50. And we get 6 is less than or equal to h, which is less than or equal to 8. And let's say hours on that. It's going to be, to go between 300 and 400 miles, it's going to take between 6 and 8 hours. Tank sprang leak and the water started to drop from 24 meters at a rate of 2 meters per hour. So we're going down 2 meters per hour, but we started at 24. Write and solve a compound inequality to determine how long in hours it will take the water level to drop between 0 and 4. Okay, it didn't say inclusive, so I'm not going to put any or equal to. Between 0 and 4. So let's solve that. We subtract 24 from all 3 sides. We get negative 24 is less than negative 2h, which is less than negative 20. Okay, now we're going to divide all 3 sides by negative 2. Now we're dividing by a negative in an inequality. Even though it's a compound inequality, it's still an inequality. So we're going to get 12 here, and we're going to get 10 here. And we're going to need to flip this symbol. These are going to cross out because, right, it wouldn't make any sense, right? The bigger number's now on the left. So we need between 10 and 12 hours, right? Hours is bigger than 10 and smaller than 12. So it will take, how long will it take the water level to drop it to between 0 and 4 meters? It will take between 10 and 12 hours. Right? You divide by a negative, you have to flip the symbol. All right, so let's practice all these. I'll let you go on those. So x is greater than -6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. -6. And less than or equal to 1. Close in the circle, and you do that in between. A number is greater than or equal to -13. Says single inequality. Greater than or equal to -13 and is less than 0, right? Solve this. We're adding 5 to all three sides. 4 is less than x, which is less than 3. That doesn't make any sense. What happened here? Oh, 7, because 2 plus 5 is 7. It made no sense. That number had to be bigger. Okay, so subtract 5 here from all three sides. -7 minus 5 is -12, less than or equal to 2x, less than or equal to 6. No, that's all. I'm losing my mind here. 8, right? 8 plus 5 is 13. Divide all three sides by 2. -6 is less than or equal to x, which is less than or equal to 4. Student Council raised between $180 and $200 inclusive, so we need those symbols. If they charge $4 per ticket and receive $20 in other donations, write and solve a compound inequality to find the tickets they sold to the dance. So we're going to subtract 20 from all three sides. 160 is less than or equal to 4t, is less than or equal to 180. Divide all three sides by 4. We get 40 is less than or equal to t. And that 4 goes into 18 4 times with a remainder of 2. So they sold between 40 and 45 tickets, inclusive. A number is greater than -7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. -7, greater than -7, and is less than or equal to 4. And oh, so that's the graph, and you're supposed to write it as so it's -7 is less than x is less than or equal to 4. That's the writing. All right. Good luck on the homework.